Hello, everybody, and welcome into another game day, another game night, I should say, for some hashtag late night strat. I am Craig, right here on the RNGIDP channel. Make sure you're following me over here on Twitter at RNGIDP_strat. I'm posting all kinds of stuff over there, meeting all kinds of people, chatting it up about the games that we just had, about the Strat-O-Matic ratings that just came out for the new season coming up. Anything you want to talk about, some strat, baseball, fantasy related, hit me up over on the Twitter at RNGIDP_Twitter or _strat. Happy to have you here tonight. Getting a little bit of a late start tonight. Tonight I had to prepare my son's birthday gift. I had to wrap it, and I was doing some creative stuff with that, so getting a little bit of late start. Hopefully he enjoys it. It was fun making it, and tomorrow is his birthday, so getting a little maybe tomorrow night. Hopefully tomorrow night I'll be able to play a game. We've also got his school's Christmas program that we have to go to, so we'll see. As always, I'll let you know on Twitter if I'm not going to be able to make the stream that night. I'll keep you updated as far as that goes. But here we are tonight. We've got a good one. We've got the league leaders in Pittsburgh Rattatas at 10-2. They are the league leaders at number 1 in the Kanto League. They've scored 53 runs. They've given up 17. They have by far the best run differential out of any team, 36. So they are hard to beat, this Pittsburgh team. As we saw last time they were on the field, they beat St. Louis 4-2, and Pittsburgh have won 4 in a row. So it'll be a tough challenge here as they visit the Philadelphia Feebas, who are sitting in 12th place at 4-8. Philadelphia scores runs. They've scored 47 on the season so far. The pitching is what's let them down. They've given up 53 runs so far in the season. That's a -6 differential. They sit currently 6 games back of the Pittsburgh Rattatas. So this would earn them a game in the standings. And will they be able to pull it off? I know that I may not be able to pull off this pitching matchup without messing it up. It will be for Pittsburgh, Ivan Nova, and for Philadelphia, Aaron Nola. How many times am I going to mess that up? We should have a tally of how many times I screw that up. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my little marker. And anytime that I mess up the names of them, Nola, Nova, I'm gonna put a little check mark there for every time I mess that up, because it's gonna be fun. So all right, thanks for being here. Thanks for sticking with me, and I appreciate you guys following me on Twitter and here. Hopefully, yeah, you can't really see that on screen, can you? The Nola Nova meter. You can see the check marks though. All right, so let's get started. As I said, Aaron Nola will be the Philadelphia pitcher. Yes, he got randomized onto his MLB team, which has happened a couple of times. This is the 2015 set. I've randomized all the rosters, and it's been pretty fun. So if you've been here before, let me know on the stream. If you haven't, check in on the live chat, or check in with a comment if you're watching this after the fact, and tell me how you found me. Tell me if you like the setup, or if you don't. I'd love to hear that too. So, Ivan Nova versus Aaron Nola. I almost messed it up from the beginning there. Aaron Nola is pitching for the hometown Philadelphia Feebas. He's gone 12 1/3 innings. He's got a 1-0 record. 11 hits in those 12 1/3 innings. Only 2 earned runs. He has 11 strikeouts and 4 walks. That makes it a 1.46 ERA and a 1.22 WHIP. And the lineup that will face him for Pittsburgh in the top of the first will be as follows. No injuries for Pittsburgh to report. Well, I guess they do have one. Al Alvila, the backup catcher, is injured. Well, he's not really backup. Him and Susak have been trading starts here and there. Susak has probably gotten more of the work. So Alvila started in, I think it was a couple of games ago, and got hurt. So he's still out. But they will line up like this. D. Gordon, it's lefty, and he's leading off, playing second base. D. Gordon has been pretty good so far. 365 on the batting average. That's a 19 for 52 at the plate. A double, a triple. He's got a home run, 2 driven in from the leadoff spot. He's got 8 strikeouts and 3 walks. But look at this number for stolen bases. 11 stolen bases. And I believe 3 of those came in his last game against St. Louis and everybody's favorite catcher, Hank Conger. But he is leading the league in stolen bases. He's 2 above DJ LeMahieu and 3 above Charlie Blackmon, who we'll see here today. Didi Gregorius is hitting second, playing shortstop. He's hitting 255, 2 doubles, a triple, and a homer, 4 RBIs. Michael Brantley, another lefty, so 3 straight lefties in the lineup. He's the left fielder. Michael Brantley is 186 right now. He does have 10 driven in, though, with only 1 homer. Adam Jones is the center fielder. Adam Jones is hitting 200, so right at the Mendoza line. No homers yet for Jones. He's looking to turn up the power here today, and only 3 RBIs for the cleanup man. Kendrys Morales is the switch-hitting first baseman, normally a DH in real life, but he's having to play the field here in the KL where the pitchers hit. And so Kendrys Morales is hitting .405 on the season. He's among the league leaders. Not quite in the top 3 yet, but maybe he could be there today. He's got 3 home runs, and this is where he is in the league lead. He has got 16 driven in, 16 RBIs, which is number 1 in all of the KL. Sin Shu Chu is the right fielder, and Chu has a 300 average coming into today. 3 doubles, a homer, 6 RBIs. Yunel Escobar is the third baseman. Yunel Escobar, 7 for 22. He's been injured a few times this season. No homers yet. Only 2 RBIs. And like I mentioned before, Andrew Susak will be doing the catching today. No replacement for him. His backup is injured. Susak is 5 for 29, a homer, a triple, a double, an RBI. 8 strikeouts, though. And Ivan Nova will be doing the pitching. He's a weak hitting right-handed batter, and he's hitting 9th. So I think we're ready to roll here. Happy to have you along. Happy to have you watching. Hopefully my internet connection clears up a little bit. I see I have it's a little bit cloudy, a little bit not the most clean picture. Hopefully that clears up here pretty soon. But here we go. D. Gordon to lead off against Aaron Nola and the Philadelphia Feebas. And D. Gordon from the left side. This is already a ballpark single chance, which is a 1-2, and D. Gordon sneaks it past and into right field for a base hit. So you want to keep Gordon off the base pass. He's been known to steal a base or 2. And while we're here, let's look at the catcher for Philadelphia. It is JT Realmuto, who is a -2 arm. So JT Realmuto with the -2 arm. D. Gordon gets his lead away. He would be a 1-17 stealer. They are holding him. That's Jose Abreu playing on the bag, holding Gordon on. So it moves to a 1-15. So with a -2 arm for Realmuto, that's a 1-13 chance that he could steal. He's not going here. Gregorius gets the pitch. And that one's hit hard, but right at the second baseman, Gorko. And Jed Gorko makes the catch. And D. Gordon has to trail back to first. And Michael Brantley now, another lefty here against Aaron Nola, just underway from the RNGIDP channel. I'm Craig. Happy to have you here. And D. Gordon with the lefty up. It's a 1-15, or excuse me, a 1-13 chance. And D. Gordon takes a step. And there he goes. It's a 1-13 that he makes it. It's a 10. So D. Gordon steals second base under the tag. That's his 12th stolen base on the season. And now Michael Brantley has a man in scoring position. And it's a 3-3, and that's a fly ball out to right field. A right field B. Let's see. Will Gordon try and tag up from second? So Michael Brantley flies out to right. Brantley's going to stay put where he's at. He's going to score on a single anyway, not really trying to take an extra base. The right fielder is Ryan Braun out there. He makes a play, and they're not going to test him at the moment. So Adam Jones is up with a man on second. Adam Jones, the righty. And this one's a fly ball out to center. That's Charlie Blackmon out there. Charlie Blackmon is a 3-range center fielder. A 3-5. Charlie's going to run in on it, but it gets right in front of him. It bounces, and D. Gordon is going to be able to score on a single from Adam Jones. And just like that, Pittsburgh, league leaders, Pittsburgh, take a 1-0 lead. And using the formula that they've been using all season. Get D. Gordon on, have him steal a base, and then somebody knock him in. That somebody this time is Adam Jones, and he gets the RBI, and Pittsburgh is up 1-0. Well, now Aaron Nola has to deal with Kendrys Morales, who gets a hold of this one. Will it be enough? Hitting from the left-hand side. That one's going out to right. A 1-12, and it'll be gone. And that one is way gone. So Kendrys Morales with a 2-run shot, improving his league-leading RBI total to 18. And Kendrys Morales with a 2-run bomb to get things started here in the first inning. Pittsburgh now have a 3-0 lead. Well, we know as good as Pittsburgh's been, you don't want to spot them any runs. And Philadelphia are doing just that. It's already 3-0, 2 down here in the top of the first. And it's Sin-Shu Chu. That was a 5. A Sin-Shu Chu will hit this one to right field, but that's going to stay in the yard. Ryan Braun is trailing back on it, makes the play. And that will end the top half of the first. But not before Pittsburgh gets off to a dream start, scoring 3 runs against Aaron Nola. And maybe I won't have to mess this up if Aaron Nola doesn't last here. Ivan Nova will be the pitcher for Pittsburgh. If you watch the game day recap video I did, about a week ago, I think it was Al. Al, a Red Sox fan, was asking me to see more of the Pittsburgh pitching stats, and there was one glaring person in that statistics was Ivan Nova. He's the only one with losses on that team. Ivan Nova's 0 for 2. The rest of the team has no losses, so Nova, he's got to pull his weight. He's 0 for 2. In 12 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 6 earned runs, 11 strikeouts, and 2 walks. That's a 4.50 ERA, so hopefully he can turn that around here today. And the lineup that will face him for Philadelphia is pretty much their existing lineup, their everyday lineup. A few tweaks. Jed Yorko has moved up the lineup, and we'll get to that here in a minute. But it will be Charlie Blackmon leading off. Blackmon started slow, but he got his average all the way up to 271 right now, which is a big improvement from where it was maybe 3-4 games ago. He's got 3 doubles, a triple, no homers yet for Charlie, 4 RBIs, 11 strikeouts. He does have 8 stolen bases. Ryan Goings is the shortstop. Ryan Goings is hitting 271, a respectable average, 2 homers, 6 RBIs. He's got the team lead in strikeouts, though, at 13. Ryan Braun, the right fielder, hitting third. Ryan Braun hitting 184. So he's struggling from the plate, although he does have 2 homers. Jose Abreu is the everyday first baseman. Now that the battle between him and Pedro Alvarez has been settled, and Jose Abreu has been hitting well. He's 13 for 31. Doesn't qualify for the batting title yet, but Maybe after today's game he will, and that average will be pretty good. 4 homers, 9 RBIs for Jose Abreu. Pablo Sandoval. Pablo Sandoval is the third baseman, hitting 5th, the switch hitter. Pablo Sandoval is hitting 188. 3 doubles, no triples, no homers yet, and only 1 RBI for Sandoval. So Kung Fu Panda is going to have to get it going here pretty soon for Philadelphia to turn things around. A guy that has turned things around is Jed Gorko. He's hitting 410 now on the season. Yeah, 410 for him. So he's warranted a move up in the lineup. He was hitting 8th. He's moved all the way up to 6th now. And Gorko, he's got 5 homers. I believe 3 of them came last game. Oh, 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember. He's got 8 RBIs. JT Realmuto is hitting 7th, the catcher. He's hitting 250, a double, a triple, a homer. 7 strikeouts for him. And Dustin Ackley is hitting lefty in the 8th spot. He's the left fielder. Dustin Ackley is hitting 143. He does have a couple of homers. And Aaron Nola, if he can hang on there, he is a weak hitting right-handed pitcher. And he will be in the 9th spot using the number 1 card. So, okay, we're ready to roll here. Ivan Nova against Charlie Blackmon. Charlie Blackmon with a 5-4. A 5-4, he hits this one out to center. His counterpart, Andrew Jones. Not Andrew Jones. Whoa, I just flashed back to the 90s with Andrew Jones. That's Adam Jones, the more contemporary center fielder. And Adam Jones is a 1 center fielder, and a 19 is going to be a nice play for him. He makes that, and there's 1 away. So Adam Jones makes the play, not Adam. And Ryan Goings, the lefty, is up to the plate to bat. And he will hit a 3-10. So he pokes this one out to center. And the center fielder, Jones, on his horse, keeps it from going in the gap. That would have been way extra bases. But Goings is going to have to stop it first with a single. And now there's a man aboard for Ryan Braun. Ryan Goings is an E Steeler, so he's not going anywhere, and they're not going to hold him. Andrew Susac is a +2 arm, so there might be some stolen bases on him today, but not with Ryan Braun up. Ryan Braun swings and misses, and that is the 2nd out of the inning. So, hey, Jose Abreu looking to stay hot here to start the season. Looking to drive in Ryan Goings from first, 2 down here. And it's a 5-7. A 5-7 could be a single out to third base. The third baseman, Escobar, dives, able to make the scoop, and fires it over to first. And, and there will be the 3rd out of the 1st inning. So we move to the 2nd with the score 3-0. Pittsburgh leading early here against Philadelphia. Ivan Nova doing his job, getting the bottom half after being given a lead. And now Aaron Nola will pitch to Yunel Escobar. It's a 1-5, and he singles, and I messed that up because I was looking at his name to make the call, but I wrote that he was the man that made the out. So I'm going to wipe that out real quick. Just underway here on the RNGIDP channel. Yunel Escobar is aboard with a single. And now it will be the catcher, Andrew Susac. Andrew Susac with a 7, and he draws the walk. So Escobar gets pushed to 2nd, and Susac is aboard with the walk. Ivan Nova is the pitcher, and he's batting 9th here today. Ivan Nova is a C bunter. The infield is in, expecting it. He's going to put it down anyway. He's going to try and move those guys to 2nd and 3rd. He becomes a D bunter. A D9, batter is safe, leading runner is thrown out by catcher. Oh, so he can't make the play. He deadens the ball, but the catcher, Real Muto, who's got some quick feet, is able to pick it up and throw it to third to get Escobar. That's the first out of the inning. And Nova is now on first with a fielder's choice. Susak moves to second. And so Nova takes the place on the base pass and couldn't successfully get that bunt down. So it'll be D. Gordon with a man on second and first and second. And the lefty looks at the pitch, and he's going to get a hit here. Will it be a double? No, that's a single. It's a single to Sar, so Susak gets a good read on it, and he's able to score. Nova able to make it all the way to third. So D. Gordon on base again, but this time with an RBI single. And Pittsburgh extends their lead to 4-0 here in the top of the second. Pittsburgh didn't come to play today. They're not messing around. And Didi Gregorius will be the man up to bat. And that's a ground ball to the pitcher. They've got the infield is back looking for the double play. They're not going to get it here. It's back to the pitcher. And so the pitcher is able to fire it over to second base where the second baseman is covering. So Gordon is out. Gregorius reaches on a fielder's choice. And Ivan Nova able to scamper home. And that will be the 5th run. So Gregorius with an RBI ground out. He's on base at first. And the bases are clear other than Gregorius, but it's a 5-0 ball game. And Michael Brantley now. So they may have to go get Nola after he walks another one. This is Brantley who reaches on a walk, and now there's 2 aboard again. So Brantley's aboard, Gregorius on second, and Adam Jones, who had an RBI single in the first, is up again. And this one's getting out of hand for Philadelphia. It's a 5-0 ball game. Will Nola be able to make it out of the inning? This one's a 1-9. This is a grounder out to short, and Goings is going to be able to get him out of the inning. Goings snags it, taps his glove a couple times, and tosses it over to first. And that will win the inning. But not before they get 2 more here in the second. It's a 5-0 ball game. Will Philadelphia have any life in them, in their bats, to get them into this game? We'll see as Ivan Nova comes out of the dugout, feeling a lot better about himself with a 5-0 lead. As we've seen from the stats, he has been hit before, though. And this is Pablo Sandoval from the left-hand side. And that one is hit to first, which is Kendry Morales. He's a 4-range first baseman. So he makes a dive to the first base side. And let's see. He's a first base 4, a 17. He's able to pick it and toss it over to the running Nova over at first to cover the bag. And Morales with a nice play to start the bottom of the second here. And now Jed Gorko. Jed Gorko up to bat. He is a right-handed batter, and this one's hit over to the third base side again. Morales, busy over there, charges that one and tosses a seed over to first, and that's the second out. I said that was Morales. That's Escobar at third, isn't it? Escobar is at third, and he makes the play. And JT Real Muto now with his first at-bat. And he hits this one to second, where that's D. Gordon. D. Gordon's been on base twice. Will he be able to do it with a glove? He's a 1-range second baseman. A 114. D. Gordon makes it look easy, gliding gracefully over to snag that ball and tosses it over to first. Everything he does makes it look so easy. That's what speed will do for you. And Philadelphia, no runs across here, no hits, and we move to the third. Aaron Nola coming back out, but how long of a leash does he have? Let's take a look at the bullpen. Philadelphia, their long relievers are Mike Fiers and Ronnie Elias. And you got to think that at least one of those are up in the bullpen right now. Aaron Nola pitches to Kendrys Morales. This one's a fly ball out to left. That is Dustin Ackley patrolling left field. He is a left fielder with a 2 range, a 218. He's going to make the play. Squeezes the glove, and there's one down. Sin-Soo Choo now. Sin-Soo Choo against Aaron Nola. And this is a 2-4, and Choo strikes out. So is that the first strikeout for Aaron Nola? It is. And it comes with the second out here in the third inning. Aaron Nola's got his first strikeout. He will face Yunel Escobar, who is 1 for 1 so far against him today. And he hits this one to right. That's Ryan Braun, who makes a play just a step before the track. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Aaron Nola, who has found a little something here. Shuts down Pittsburgh in that vaunting offense. And we move to the bottom of the third. Nola gives his team a chance here. It will be Ackley, Nola, and Blackman, the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Ackley against the righty Nola. See, I messed it up. I said Nola. There's the first one. First one down. It's against Nova, and that is a grounder to short. Ackley grounds out to Gregorius. And it will be Nola against Nova. Can't mess that one up. Nola gets to be able to hit here. After his 1-2-3 inning, that probably saved him. And Nola strikes out. That's the second strikeout for Nova on the day. And the second out here in the bottom of the third. And Charlie Blackman now up for his second time here in the bottom of the third. He flew out to center his last time up. What can he do this time? He's going to fly to the right fielder, Sin-Soo Choo this time. Choo barely having to move, and that's probably a good thing for him. And he makes the play, and that will end the third. So we're a third of the way through this ball game. Pittsburgh leading Philadelphia 5-0. Pittsburgh looking unstoppable at the moment. I know I've said it before here on the channel, but the way I'm doing this league is it's a 30-game day, so it's 28 games in 30 days for these teams that they're playing. They've got 2 off days in that month, basically. And at the end of that, there's no interleague play, so you play everybody in your league twice. And after that, you play 1 at home, 1 away. After that, the league leaders, the team that is in first in both leagues, will face each other, just like the old pennant days, in the championship series. Right now, that would be Pittsburgh against Boston. So Pittsburgh looking to continue to lead the league and get into that championship series. Here's Andrew Susak. He hits this one back to Nola, and the little dribbler is able to be handled by Nola, and he tosses it over to Abreu. And there's the first out here in the fourth. And so after that, it's not over for everybody else. I'll go through what the scenarios are here in 1 second. As Ivan Nova messed up a bunt try the last time. And this time he grounds it out to the shortstop. That's Ryan Goings. Goings is a 2-range shortstop. A 2.8 is going to go to his error rating. He's an E12. That was a 2. So an E12, and we rolled an 8. So Goings, charging at it quickly, has to make a barehanded play, and he fires it over to first, able to get the pitcher off the slow roller right in front of the bag at second. And now it will be D. Gordon with 2 down, which is what you like to see for if you're a Philadelphia fan. Keep him off the bases, or at least keep him off with nobody on, and that is a strikeout. So Nola, finding his release a little bit here, has gone 6 straight. Well, I guess you could count 7 straight. 7 straight retired. And that's 2 innings in a row that Pittsburgh hasn't scored, and that's a win for Philadelphia. As we move to the bottom of the 4th, Pittsburgh leads Philadelphia 5-0. So as I was saying, at the end of the league, the 2 top teams will play in the championship series. Then the next 2 teams, the number 2 and number 3 from each league, will have a bye into the cup, is what I'm calling it. The RNGIDP Cup. It's going to be a big knockout bracket. And the number 2 and number 3 teams from each league will have a bye. And so there is something to play for as we enter the final weeks of the season. You may think, well, what are we doing watching these games? Well, there's still positioning to play for. Every single team is going to be in that knockout bracket. And the number 2 and 3 teams get byes. So you want to be in those spots, and still something to fight for. But here, Ryan Goings gets a hold of this one from Nova. This one is hit out into center field. A 1-11. It's a homer. And it just hits the top of the wall and bounces off. And Ryan Goings standing on second with a double. Almost had that one. Now he's halfway to the cycle here in the 4th, as he stands at second with a double. With nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th, can Ryan Braun and Philadelphia drive him home? This is a 1-7. A 1-7 is me a grounder to short. Gregorius makes the scoop, looks over Goings back to second, and whips one over to first for the first out. So a nice play by Gregorius. Goings can advance, and it'll be up to Jose Abreu now with 1 out to try and get that run home against Ivan Nova. This is a 5-6, and he will do it. That one's a double down the right field line. And Goings, with that good speed, is able to trot around third and able to make it home easily. And Philadelphia cracks the scoreboard against Ivan Nova. It took 3 1/3 innings. But Jose Abreu drives home Ryan Goings, and it's a 5-1 ball game. Well, you didn't think it'd be that easy for Pittsburgh. Not with Nova on the mound. And it will be Pablo Sandoval, the Kung Fu Panda. And he hits this one out to Gregorius. Gregorius in pretty much the same spot that Ryan Braun hit it. And has the same result. He stares down the runner at second. Sidearms one over to first. And there's 2 down for Jed Gorko. Jed Gorko grounded out to third his last time up. And here he is grounding it, this one to second. And Gordon now will make the play, charging on it, firing it over to first. And able to get Gorko easily. And that will end the threat and end the 4th, but not before Philadelphia finally figures out Nova and puts a run on the board. It's a 5-1 ball game. And Aaron Nola will come out here for the 5th, facing the 2-3-4 batters of Gregorius, Brantley, and Jones. And Gregorius, this one is hit out to the shortstop. The second baseman, excuse me. A 1-10 is a ballpark single chance, and that's not going to make it. It's going to be hit a little too hard. It stays up in the air, and the second baseman, Gorko, able to snag it for the first out. Here with some hashtag late night strat on the RNGIDP channel. If you're watching this after the fact, it's probably not late night wherever you are, but I appreciate you doing that and checking in. Follow me on Twitter. It's the best way to stay in touch with what's going on here on the channel. It's a Michael Brantley now with one out here in the top of the fifth. And this one's hit to center field. Could it get down and get to the wall? It won't. The center fielder Blackman is able to cut it off. And Brantley is aboard with a single. His first hit of the day in 3 tries. He's got a walk. And now Adam Jones, who's got an RBI today, an RBI single, and grounded out to short as well. With one out, Brantley at first. The righty Adam Jones, he draws a walk. So this could be a quick spell here for Nola if he can't figure this out quickly. His pitcher inning of weakness is the 5th. Here we are in the 5th, and he's already given up 2 of the 3 that are required for him to become a weak pitcher. And not an easier task here with Kendrys Morales on up to the plate. He homered in the first against Nola. And here he is from the left-hand side. He hits this one back to Nola. Can Nola make the play? He is a 3-range pitcher. A 313 is going to go to his E rating. He's an E0, so Nola grabs it, wheels and fires over to the second baseman Gorko, over to Abreu at first. And it's a 1-4-3 double play to end the inning. Nola wiggles out of the jam and wiggles his way out of the top of the 5th. And it is still a 5-1 ball game. So after a rough start, Nola has figured things out and has gone 3 straight scoreless innings, giving his offense a chance. And will Philadelphia be able to capitalize? They've got JT Realmuto, Dustin Ackley, and then the pitcher up. Will they let Nola bat for himself? We'll see. And this time it is Realmuto who hits a single right through the middle. Realmuto on board. And it will be Dustin Ackley, the lefty, against Ivan Nova here in the bottom of the 5th. Ackley looking to stay out of that double play. Realmuto is a C stealer. For a catcher, that's not bad. A C stealer. They are going to have to hold him. So that makes it a 1-8. The catcher is Susak, who's a +2. So it's a 1-10. It's a 50-50 chance that Realmuto could steal. Ackley's going to swing away. They're not going to send him. And Ackley swings and misses and strikes out. So I guess he stayed out of the double play. But he swings and misses, and that's the first out here. The 3rd strikeout of the day for Nova. And with Realmuto at first, the batter is going to be the pitcher Nola. Pitcher Nola is going to hit. Realmuto is a 1-10 runner, or a 1-10 chance here to steal. Will he take it? They're down by 4. Nola, the pitcher, at the bat. Realmuto, he's thinking about it. He's taking his lead. He's extending his lead. And he's going. It's a 1-10 that he makes it. Oh no, it's it's an 11. So the tag just beats him. Applied right on his toe. And Realmuto is caught stealing for the 2nd out here. Oh, man, he thought he had it. I thought he had it. A 1-10 roll, and he rolled an 11. So now the pitcher Nola up with nobody on base. And it's a 1-5, and Nola strikes out. So that inning had some promise, but pressing a little too hard was Philadelphia, trying to make something happen, and it comes back to bite them. And the 5th goes out with a fizzle for the Philadelphia Feebas. And Pittsburgh still has that commanding 5-1 lead, and NOLA will face Chu, Escobar, and Susak. The combined 1 for 4 against those batters. They walk and a strikeout. Here's Chu. He's 0 for 2 himself, facing NOLA. And Chu strikes out for the 2nd time. That's the 3rd strikeout for NOLA. And underway here in the 6th. Al Red Sox fan checking in, saying he's going to be listening. He hopes all is well. Yeah, things are going well. My son turns 8 years old. Well, my oldest son turns 8 years old tomorrow, so going to have a lot of fun celebrating that tomorrow. But tonight, we're celebrating Pittsburgh and Philadelphia. Yunel Escobar against Aaron Nola. It's a 2-6, and Yunel Escobar reaches. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game. And Escobar continues his torrid pace. Al Red Sox fan appreciates my alliterative call in the last half inning. Andrew Susak, he's walked, grounded out to the pitcher. And here he is. This is a strikeout. Aaron Nola strikes him out. And that's the 4th strikeout. The 2nd one this inning. And Ivan Nova will come up to bat for himself here in the 6th. They're going to try and get some innings out of him. Give that bullpen a rest. And he hits this one to 3rd. And that's where Pablo Sandoval, the Kung Fu Panda, resides. And he is able to make the pick and toss over to 3rd, or over to 1st, excuse me, for the 3rd out of the inning. So we move to the bottom of the 6th. Pittsburgh started quickly with 5 runs in the first 2 innings, but nothing since. 4 straight zeros for Aaron Nola, who probably wishes he had some of those pitches back in the first couple innings. As whatever he did in the innings, whatever he did in the dugout is starting to work. Ivan Nova to Charlie Blackmon here to lead off the 6th inning. The 3rd time through the lineup. Will Charlie be able to figure out Nova? He's 0 for 2, and he draws a walk. So Charlie Blackmon will be aboard as he walks to get things started here in the 6th. Ivan Nova's pitcher inning of weakness is the 6th. And Ryan Goings will be the batter, who's 2 for 2 today with a single and a double. And Charlie Blackmon is at first. He's a double-A stealer, which is a 1-17. They are going to have to hold him. So it'll be a 1-15. But the arm of Susak is a +2. So it's a 1-17 chance that Charlie Blackmon is going to steal. And even though they're down by 4, Charlie is feeling it. He's taking a huge lead. Ryan Goings, you wonder if he's going to take a pitch just to see if Charlie's going to go. Doing a lot of dancing. Nova looks him over. Doesn't step off, just staring at him at first. Charlie taking a little tiny step with the stretch. Nova delivers, and Charlie's going to run. And Charlie able to steal that bag easily. And he's now at 2nd on the stolen base. So Ryan Goings taking the whole way, expecting that steal from Charlie Blackmon, and it happens. And now he's standing at 2nd for Ryan Goings, who hits this one to center. And that will be Adam Jones, who able to make the play, charging in on it. Charlie has to stay at 2nd. Me and Charlie, we're on a first-name basis here after I've watched him his entire career with the Rockies pretty much every single day. So I feel like me and him, we know each other. He's helped me win my fantasy baseball championship this year. Charlie was my first-round pick. Me and him are like this. And Ryan Braun now will be the batter, trying to bring Charlie Blackmon home from 2nd, who stole the base. And Ryan Braun trying a little too hard as he swings and misses and strikes out. That's strikeout number 5 for Nova. Second time that Braun has struck out on the day. And now the man who drove in the only run for Philadelphia with a double back in the 4th has a man on second again. And that's Charlie Blackmon. What can Jose Abreu do? And he gets a base hit. Will it be able to score Blackmon? Yeah, it will. That's a double, another RBI double for Jose Abreu, who just stays hot. Charlie able to score easily from second. And it's a 5-2 ball game. So Philadelphia not out of it yet. Chipping away here at the lead. And Nova just looking to get out of the 6th. We'll face Kung Fu Panda, number 5 in the batting order. 0 for 2 today, playing the field at third base. And stepping in from the left-hand side, he grounds this one to the first baseman, Kendrys Morales, who is able to make the play and get the slow-running Sandoval. So Philadelphia able to scratch by another run here, and it's a 5-2 ball game moving into the 7th. Aaron Nola, after giving up 5 runs early, has shut down Pittsburgh, which has been a tough thing to do. And he comes back out here for the 7th. He'll have a short leash, but he faces the top of the order, Gordon, Gregorius, and Brantley. And it will be a single for Gordon out to right field. Gordon's 3rd hit of the day, been aboard 3 times, has a stolen base. Will he be running here? It will be Didi Gregorius, the man at bat. And let's take a look at Philadelphia's bullpen here. So this is one of the things that you look at when you have a randomizer. If we look at the bullpen, we've got 2 long relievers and Fires and Elias, as we looked before, 1 righty, 1 lefty. Then the middle relief, Farquhar, Blanton, Thornburg, and Wilson, all righties. The setup man, Houston Street, he's a righty. And the closer is the lefty, Aroldis Chapman. So there's really not a whole lot of lefty arms that we could go get. With Gregorius and Brantley due up, would they go get the long man, Elias, just to try and go lefty-lefty? Elias, his card is not terrible. They're thinking about it. But Gregorius is 0 for 3 today. So they're going to let Nola try and get Gregorius. D. Gordon is at first. And it will be a 1-17. They're holding him 1-15. And the catcher is a -2. So it's a 1-13 chance that he would steal. He's not going to steal this time. Gregorius sees the pitch, and he skies this one a mile high out to shortstop. Goings camps underneath it, shields it from the sun, and makes the play. So there's 1 out here, and Michael Brantley will be the batter. Michael Brantley, 1 for 2 today. He's got a walk as well. And D. Gordon looking itchy over there. Is he going to steal? It's a 1-13 chance. Gordon stretches his lead out and takes off running. And the catcher, JT Realmuto, takes the pitch, quickly turns his body and fires without even getting out of his crouch, and gets the speedy Gordon out at second. That's a caught stealing against the league leader in steals, and the second out of the inning. So Gordon feeling a little antsy over there, probably unadvised to steal. Not a smart base running play. The manager doesn't look too happy. You got to give a guy like that the green light to steal anytime he really wants to, but you just hope that he does it in positive situations. And that one wasn't one there, and he got caught. Brantley will face Aaron Nola, And this is hit out to shortstop. Ryan Goings been busy. Ryan Goings is a 2-range shortstop, I believe. Yes, he is. It's a 217. And able to charge this one, and Brantley is out at first by a step. So that'll end the top of the 7th. Nola gave up a leadoff single to Gordon, which is the part of the formula for Pittsburgh, but he was caught stealing. Gregorius pops one out, and Brantley grounds out to short. And Ivan Nova now coming back out for the 7th. He'll face Gorko, Realmuto, and Dustin Ackley. Gorko 0 for 2 today after having a big game in his last game out against St. Louis. And this one's flied out to center. I almost called him Andrew Jones again. Adam Jones takes a few steps back and collects it for the first out. JT Realmuto, who fired that ball out to second to get the stealing D. Gordon. And now he makes his way to the plate. And he hits this one. This is a ballpark single. And not even close. That one is hit too hard and hit right at the shortstop for a line out L6. Dustin Ackley now 0 for 2 himself, the left fielder. And let's take a look at our left fielders here to see if we can't maybe get something going off the bench. So Ackley is a lefty, which is nice as far as the matchup for Nova goes. But we've got Trace Thompson, Phil Goslin, Denard Span, and Steve Pierce that could all pinch hit. But we're going to let Ackley continue. His glove is just too good right now. And so he's an E1 out in left field. So we're going to leave him there for now. He hits this one out to second. D. Gordon, no problem. Takes one step to his left, grabs it, and whips it over to first. And that's the third out. So Nova is clear through 7. It's a 5-2 ball game. And we move to the top of the 8th. It will be Jones, Morales, and Chu to face. Will it be Aaron Nola? It will not be. It will be the pitcher. The new pitcher will be Alex Wilson. It will be. We're going to the 8th, so it's going to be Houston Street. I lost track of the innings. So Houston Street will come in, and it's going to be a double switch. I really didn't want to replace Ackley, but now maybe we have to for that double switch. We could put Goslin in. You know what? Actually, we're going to do Phil Goslin at third base. So Pablo Sandoval is coming out of the game. He went 0 for 3 today. The number 5 spot will be the pitcher spot, and the number 9 will be the righty, Phil Goslin, who comes in to play third base. And the new pitcher will be Houston Street. Houston Street is a righty. I'll get you his numbers here in 1 second. Aaron Nola went 7 innings. Considering the start he had, you wouldn't think he'd make it 7. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. He struck out 4 batters, and how many did he walk? He walked 1, 2, 3. So not a bad start for Nola. Now Houston Street takes over. Street has gone 7 2/3 innings. He's got a 1-0 record, 7 hits in those 7 2/3, 4 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, as opposed to 5 walks. So Street will be the man to take over, and Phil Goslin takes over at third. And Street will face Jones, Morales, and Chu, the heart of the order. And Adam Jones greets him with a base hit. That will be a single out to center. Jones is aboard here to start the top of the 8th. Philadelphia hosting Pittsburgh, the number 1 team in the league in Pittsburgh against the number 12 team in Philadelphia. Philly looking to make a comeback here. Kendrys Morales with a man on first. Nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Morales takes a big swing, gets a hold of it, and this one is going, gone. Kendrys Morales with his 2nd homer of the day. Another 2-run shot, and drives in Adam Jones once again. And that RBI lead in the KL has grown another step. Kendrys Morales driving in his 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20 runs here today. Boy, Kendrys Morales has been unstoppable so far this season. 20 RBIs through 13 games, and we're not even done with the 13th game yet. Kendrys Morales on fire. And this one is extended to a 7-2 ball game. So Houston Street coming in to try and keep this thing close. And it's a one-way street out of here. Sin Chu Chu now with nobody on, nobody out. And hey, Houston Street strikes him out. That'll be the first out, and he gets a Bronx cheer from the home crowd. And Street has retired a batter here in the top of the 8th, and it will be Yunel Escobar. That's a 1-9. A 1-9 is a fly ball deep to left. Ackley out there to make the play, and he does so. Didn't fool Escobar by much. He gives it a ride, but now there's 2 down, and the catcher, Andrew Susak, who's 0 for 2 with a walk today. That was a 6. And Houston Street comes back strong and strikes out Andrew Susak. But just like Aaron Nola, his first few batters of the game were rocky, and then he figured it out. Well, Houston Street, a single and then a 2-run shot, and then retires the next 3 straight. But Pittsburgh puts 2 more on the board and extend this to a 7-2 ball game. The batter will be Goslin, then back to the top of the order, Blackman and Goings, and will Ivan Nova get the chance to pitch? Let's take a look at Pittsburgh's lineup. They could get Luke Hochevar. Luke Hochevar has been pretty good, so they're going to do that. And they could double switch themselves, couldn't they? No, they're not going to double switch. They like the defense as it is. It's going to be a straight swap. Luke Hochevar will be the new pitcher for Ivan Nova. So Nova gives them a decently strong inning or outing. And let's write down Luke Hochevar's name here, and we'll get the stats for Nova. Nova goes 7, gives up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits is all. 2 runs, both of them earned. Struck out 5, and he walked Only one batter. So much better from Nova today. And Luke Hochevar takes the ball from the manager and looks like he's ready to pitch. But while he circles the mound, kicking the dirt off his cleats, let's take a look at his stats. Luke Hochevar goes 5 2/3. He doesn't have a record so far. He's only given up 3 hits and 1 earned run. He's struck out 6 and hasn't walked a man yet. Luke Hochevar to Phil Goslin. It's a 6-6. And Luke Hochevar gives up a hit. That's a single to lead off the inning for the new third baseman, Phil Goslin. And Charlie Blackmon will be the man to bat now. Charlie is 0 for 2 with a walk. He does have a stolen base and a run scored on a RBI double by Jose Abreu. Here he is with 1 on, nobody out. It's a 1-2. That's a single out to center. Goslin is at second. Will he try to make it to third? He is not going to. He's going to stay at second. So there's 2 aboard, 2 straight against Hochevar. And you're going to the middle of the order here. Goings, Braun, and Abreu next. Abreu, the big bat. Don't want guys on board for him. And this is a ballpark single chance. A 1-2, and it'll keep the rally going. And it's not going to happen. Hits this one right at the second baseman, D. Gordon, who squeezes it and makes the play. There's 1 out, and Ryan Braun is the batter. Ryan Braun, 0 for 3 with a couple of punch-outs. Here he is against Luke Hochevar. And that's a 4-7. And he's patient this time and draws the walk to load the bases for our man Jose Abreu, who has doubled twice. 2 RBI doubles. And here he is with the bases loaded in a 7-2 ball game. Hochevar is a 1 relief pitcher. So here he is with that 1 for the reliever. He has reached his inning of weakness. He has given up 2 hits and a walk. And will he be allowed to face Abreu? He will. They are slam-proof at the moment. It's 7-2. So Jose Abreu, 2 for 3 today with a couple of RBI doubles. And he faces the righty, Luke Hochevar. And this one's hit out to center field. That's going to be enough to get in a run. That's going to be a sacrifice fly out to Adam Jones. So there will be 2 down. The runner, Goslin, scores from third. And Abreu has another RBI. And it's a 7-3 ball game. Well, he was hoping for a little more, maybe a base hit. But they scratch by another run. And it'll be Pablo Sandoval with men on first and second to keep the rally going against Hochevar. He's a lefty. And he hits this one to short. Gregorius is the shortstop, who is a 1-range shortstop. He's a good glove out. A 118, you know he's going to make the play, especially with the slow-running Sandoval. And that'll get him out of the inning. Hochevar struggles, but only gives up 1 run. Could have been a lot worse. And we move to the 9th. It's a 7-3 ball game. The pitcher spot due up 9-1-2. And will it be Houston Street? No, it will not be. Where did I put Houston Street? Oh, there he is. It will be. They're going to get the closer, Aroldis Chapman. They've got a pinch hitter, most likely, and then the lefty of Gordon, Gregorius, Brantley. And so they're going to go get the lefty Aroldis Chapman to come in shut it down and give him a chance in the bottom of the ninth. Chapman doesn't always like coming in these situations, but he's called on to protect the lead, or excuse me, to protect the deficit to where it is at the moment. And so Street goes an inning, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, strikes out 2, and doesn't walk anybody. But Aroldis Chapman is the new batter, or is the new pitcher, and he will face a pinch hitter in it'll be Ketel Marte. So Ketel Marte will come in to pinch hit. And he will face the powerful lefty of Aroldis Chapman. And just like that, Aroldis Chapman strikes him out. Not even on Chapman's card. But he gets the leadoff man to strike out. And D. Gordon now doesn't look very comfortable digging in there at the plate on the left-hand side. And he halfway swings at that one, dribbles it out to Goings at short. Makes it just in time to get D. Gordon, who's barreling down the line at first. And there's 2 down. Didi Gregorius from the left-hand side. He's not a bad hitter against lefties, and this is in his good column against lefties, but he's able to just get it off the end of the bat. Chapman fields his position well. He picks it up and tosses a fastball over to first, where Jose Abreu wasn't quite expecting the 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Makes the catch, but takes off his glove and shakes his hand as he walks off, and the inning is over. Well, the top half of the ninth is over. We move to the bottom. It's a 4-run ball game. It's 7-3, and who will be the pitcher now for Pittsburgh? It's not going to be the closer, who is John Axford. It will be Rafi Betancourt. Rafael Betancourt coming in to get the last 3 outs. And we'll face Gorko, Real Muto, and Ackley. Well, that's who's due up. Rafael Betancourt, the former Rocky. Luke Hochevar, he went an inning. It was a rocky one. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run. He didn't strike out anybody, and he walked a batter. So Rafi Betancourt trying to close this one out here in the non-save situation. Betancourt, this will be his first appearance on the season. He's the last of the Pittsburgh relievers to get any time out on the mound. And here he is to face Gorko, Real Muto, and Ackley. Gorko 0 for 3 today so far. And continues that. Struggling at the plate. He looks at a pitch, and that catches the inside part of the plate. And Gorko strikes out. JT Real Muto will be the batter with 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Real Muto hits this one out to second on a line. And the second baseman, Gordon, snags it. And that will be 2 down. And Dustin Ackley is not going to get the chance to bat here. They are going to go to the pinch hitter. And it will be Trace Thompson. So just looking for some base runners. Ackley's 0 for 3 today. The lefty makes way for Trace Thompson. And Thompson will pinch hit here. And this is a 2-11. A 2-11 is a ground ball out to short. This should do it. Gregorius ranges to his left, grabs it, and whips it over to first. And that will do it. That is the ball game. Ball game over. Game over. Pittsburgh deservedly wins this one, commanding 5-0 lead before the third. And they finish it out in a 7-3 victory. A pretty decisive win for Pittsburgh, which, you know, that in this league that's randomized, it's hard to really say who has been the good and the bad, and there's just so much randomization to these teams. But Pittsburgh has definitely risen to the top, the cream of the crop, and have performed admirably up to this point. And Pittsburgh moves their record to 11-2. They will continue to be atop the Kanto League leaderboard for another game day. Pittsburgh is 11-2. Philadelphia moves to 4-9. Now they are tied with Colorado, and I believe San Francisco also has 9 losses, and they are towards the bottom of the leaderboard as well. Philadelphia, they started to get things on track, but not the last 2 games. They've gone back to their old ways and their losing ways. This is, let's see, Betancourt, he goes an inning. Not a whole lot doing. No hits, no runs, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Chapman, on the other side, does about the same. He gives up no runs, strikes out, and nobody on. The winner for the first time this season will be Ivan Nova. He gets the win. He moves his record to 1-2. And that's got to feel good for Nova. He can go back in the clubhouse. He was the only one without the only starter without a win, and the only person on the team that had a loss. So he's got a win to go with it. Aaron Nola takes the loss. Gave up 5 runs, all of them early. He had a decent start, but just couldn't overcome that rough beginning. Aaron Nola, he moves his record to 1-1. There was a save today. I'll get the stat totals and I'll post the scorecard on Twitter. But I just want to say thank you for the Cubs to Bears. Hey, what's up? Checking in on the live stream. It's a final. It is. Pittsburgh brings this one home, moves their record to 11-2, and their run differential is just going to be ridiculous after this one. It's already at 36 plus 4, so that'll be a 40 run differential through 13 games for them. That's pretty amazing. Kendrys Morales has been the MVP so far of the league with his 20 RBIs so far through 13 games. That's crazy. But I'm going to sign off here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get a game in tomorrow night with my kid's birthday and the Christmas program that I've got to go to and all that. So we'll see. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that there was a little blip there. So I hope that this has been in fun. And if you have questions about the league or what I'm doing or how this thing is structured, make sure you reach out. I'd love to talk to you about how I did it, what I did, even why I did it, and how I'm doing my Excel spreadsheets that I put my stats into, all that stuff. I'd love to be able to help you out and let you know what I'm doing here. So follow me on Twitter at RNGIDP_strat. That'll do it for me for tonight. That'll do it for the KL until game day 15. We start the AL in our next broadcast, which could be tomorrow night. Not sure yet. That will be the first game of the AL will be Baltimore against Chicago, Morton against Guthrie. So until then, I'm Craig. Have a good night.